dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Madison Carmouche. 2 U.S. hostages, a mother and a daughter from the Chicago area, have been released by Hamas. Israel's military met them at the country's border with the Hamas-controlled Gaza Strip. As CBS News' Tina Kraus reports from Tel Aviv, some 200 hostages are said to remain in Gaza while Israel prepares for ground invasion.
This is the first photo of Judith and Natalie Renan, moments after they crossed the border from Gaza back to Israel and into freedom.
We share in the relief that their families, friends, and loved ones are feeling. But there are still 10 additional Americans who remain unaccounted for in this conflict. We know that some of them are being held hostage by Hamas, along with an estimated 200 other hostages held in Gaza.
Hamas said it released the mother and her 17-year-old daughter in an agreement with the Qatari government for humanitarian reasons. President Biden spoke to the 2 Americans on the phone after their release, assuring them the U.S. government will fully support them.
I've been waiting for this moment for a long time, for 2 weeks. I haven't been sleeping for 2 weeks. Tonight I'm going to sleep good. I spoke with my daughter earlier today. She sounds very good. She looks very good. She was very happy, and she's waiting to come home.
Saturday marks 2 weeks since the massacre that began the war. Now the question remains, when will Israeli Defense Forces launch their ground assault into Gaza to take on Hamas?
The Israeli government made a decision, gave green light to the army, wipe them out.
Palestinian health officials say more than a dozen people were killed in an airstrike near a Gaza church where many were taking shelter. Israel's military said it was targeting a militant command center.
It's absolutely essential to protect civilians.
And despite an agreement to allow much needed humanitarian aid into Gaza, the border crossing with Egypt remained closed Friday. Tina Kraus, CBS News, Tel Aviv.
The closed border crossing with Egypt is also preventing about 500 American citizens who remain stranded inside Gaza from leaving.
We are still tracking some spotty showers across the mountains into your Friday night, zooming into portions of Lawrence County, also into Johnson, also Morgan County, and a few more light showers in Magoffin County at this hour, and more light to moderate showers close to the Kentucky, also Virginia border. So we are watching out for a few more showers as we go into tonight, but some drier, also some cooler air set to return as you wake up on Saturday. Those lows back in the lower 40s as you wake up and walk out the door. And some drier air is on the way for this weekend. Most of us are dry on your Saturday. Temperatures topping out close to average in the middle to upper 60s into tomorrow night. More dry weather is on the way. And as you wake up on Sunday, once again, we are dry, also cool. Those lows back in the middle to lower 40s. And we are cooler on Sunday. Highs back in the upper 50s. So we are below average as we end the weekend. But check this out, by Monday morning, those lows back in the middle to lower 30s across the mountains. So we are cold as you wake up and kick off your Monday. So possibly a few areas of patchy frost as you wake up and walk out the door on Monday. So we are giving you that first alert for a chilly start to your Monday as lows dip into the middle and lower 30s. But some good news for those warm weather fans for next week. We are above average up on the temperature outlook back in this orange color. So we are watching out for some temperatures to be above average for much of next week. Here's a look at your Community Trust Bank 7-day forecast, where the weekend is always in view, and a small chance of a stray shower on Saturday. Most of us are dry, also topping out close to average in the middle 60s, upper 50s though on Sunday. And check out that forecast for next week. Dry, also some sunshine. Temperatures also warming up into the middle and upper 60s on Monday, middle 70s on Tuesday, also Wednesday. And check out Thursday, also next Friday. Highs back in the middle to upper 70s across the mountains. So we are much warmer by next week, possibly our next rain chance by late Friday, also into next weekend. Madison?
Cameron, thank you. Kentucky State Police are searching for a missing man out of Estill County. A golden alert was issued for Eugene French Jr. French is reportedly 6 feet tall and 175 pounds, gray hair and blue eyes. Troopers say that French has dementia. He was last seen near Bicknell Branch Road just before 4:30 on Thursday. If you have any information, please reach out to KSP. Flood recovery has been a difficult road for a lot of people. More than 14 months later, folks are still looking at ways to rebuild. Knott County Judge Executive Jeff Dobson says they are continuing to work through different programs and ways to help as many folks as possible, saying as they continue to make developments, it does not help to see some folks still living at trailers in the mine-made or Car Creek parks.
That we do still have people living in campers and families and children that's going to be going through another winter. You know, winter's tough. You never know what you're going to be dealt with as far as the cold weather, the snow, but you know, we want to assure that our people is taken care of.
Dobson says they hope to break ground on the new Chestnut Ridge Higher Ground community in mid to late January. New prepared live software gives police the chance to analyze a scene before arriving. The Wise County Sheriff's Office recently introduced the software. It allows them to live stream with a caller during an emergency situation. Dispatch Supervisor Billy Laney says it helps them get a better idea of potential threats before getting to the scene.
And no matter what the public tells you, you know, you don't really know what's going on until you get there. So having the video, I think, is going to increase the confidence of the deputy or the officer that's rolling up on scene.
The software is accessible through a link sent by Dispatch Center. The video call is blank for the caller to protect them from potential suspects. A national fitness program is serving folks right here in the mountains. It is called the Silver Sneakers Program, which is for senior adult women who want to stay active and make new friends. There are silver sneaker workout classes each week at the Knott County Sportsplex, and more than a dozen women ages 65 to their mid-80s gather together for fun and a variety of exercises.
We sort of start off with some aerobics, and then we transition to resistance bands. Then we transition to some weights, and then we do some balance and some cool down. And I think just the whole array of using different muscles and learning more about our bodies.
The women meet each Monday and Thursday morning at the Sportsplex from 10:30 to 11:30. The city of Somerset is preparing for its Moonlight Festival downtown for its 5th year. The festival will begin tomorrow at 11 a.m. and end at 10 p.m. at the Fountain Square in downtown Somerset. The city says the Moonlight Festival is one of its 3 staple festivals created in 2019 as a part of the Light Up Somerset initiative. They say the Moonlight Festival will highlight the best food, music, and artistic talent from across the bluegrass. Well, that is going to do it for your news tonight. Thank you for joining us. Nate Johnson and Armando Berry will have highlights and scores from across the coverage area. ARH Sports Overtime is coming your way right after this break.